show The Watcher. I recently discussed episode 2 or 3. I finished the series about 2 or 3 days ago. So we're going to do a little recap. We're going to do a little review. And to give you a quick summary, a family moves into a big house. And of course, their neighbors, they're a bit weird. They get strange letters in the house that describe the entire family as far as the husband, wife, kids, and that there's basically a stalker that writes to them, a watcher. Someone called the Watcher is writing to them detailed, and to the point where they're talking about blood. They're talking about, not talking about just blood, but basically in a threatening way to the owner that, hey, you don't belong around here. And some of his own sins are the reason things are happening. So the Watcher is torturing the family. Now, you might be asking, in what ways? For those of you that aren't familiar with the show, as far as paranoia and the fact that the owner, Dean, the husband, let me just take a step back real quick. The family consisting of Dean, Nora, I believe Ellie, and I forget the name of the son, but he's basically useless. Right now, there's somebody that's stalking the family, sending them threatening letters, and the rising sense of paranoia starts driving them mad. More energy is being spent on who is sending these letters. There's suspicious neighbors across the streets that are sort of overlooking them. They're strange, they're weird, and they're trying to figure out, are one of them the ones sending us the threatening letters? Now, I would like to say initially, I was getting some, if there was any sense of horror in the show, at the beginning, it gets eradicated as the episodes go on. At some point when you think there might be paranormal activities or a genuine threat that wants to kill this family, it doesn't exist. It sort of tries to tug and tie you through those directions, but it falls flat completely as the series continues to go on. So the family, mainly the husband Dean, he takes the approach of ordering cameras, having to take his family to a motel. They're still getting letters all the way to the hotel, still feeling threatened, paranoia. The cameras aren't helping. It's affecting his work life. So in there, he doesn't get the promotion he wants. His family relationship starts to decrease. The wife is also scared. The daughter, she's going through her own teenage phase of having to give her dad attitude or doing ridiculous things. Actually, no. Let me slow down. She has to deal with the added stress her father is experiencing, to where he starts being overprotective and, not overstepping, but any little thing she wears, it's be like, oh, why are you wearing that? Put clothes on or whatever. And she's just wearing like a bra strap. So we're seeing how it's impacting him emotionally and how it's carrying on to the rest of the family. There's moments where we have like a ferret die and you're like, oh my God, who killed the ferret? Was it a ghost? Was it somebody breaking in? But then when you really sit back, you're like, I really don't care about the ferret. And this review is a little bit messy just because I didn't love the show I did. So to finish off this second half right here, the owner, the husband, he hires a private detective to find out who's sending the letters. It points him to a bunch of different directions. And it, at certain moments you think it's that person, but it's really not, with the suspicious characters popping up, the way they act. And to summarize it, really, the Watcher ends up falling flat because there is no paranormal activity. There's a bit of mystery when it comes to how the house is built, the previous owners, why the previous owners leave, why does the Watcher not want us in the house? Do we have to sacrifice our kids? And we end up finding out that the Watcher the entire time was a private detective that the husband, Dean, hired. And oh man, this is the messiest review in the world. But to really say it, The Watcher is a show that tries to convince you that there's sort of a mysterious figure or a killer threatening this family, and to take things cautiously while relying on paranoia and confusion. But as the series goes on, the paranoia just doesn't quite make sense. The confusion doesn't really make sense either, for the fact that if you got a big ass house and you got cameras and you've been informed that there's people potentially entering through the basement, and later on in the series you find out someone was entering through the basement or windows, it's just a matter of getting more cameras, getting a strap, and all of a sudden all your problems going to be gone. Hey, listen, The Watcher, besides this series being damn near trash to me, now the more I think about it, this whole series could have been prevented and done in episode 1 if the owner, Dean, just got more straps, got more cameras, and just kept it a buck. Anybody that trespasses grass, you getting shot. Straight up. That bit of information he got in the beginning about there's entrances in his basement, he doesn't go to his basement until the damn near the end of the series. First time someone tells me I got any tunnels in my basement, I'm going down there, I'm going to find a tunnel. It isn't a matter if there's a tunnel. I'm going to find it, pour it up with concrete. Anybody I see trying to slip in there, you getting shot. Grass, you getting shot. Anybody that looks weird, you're getting shot. Cameras, we're not trusting somebody that just started with a camera company. We're going to someone that's official, that's been around. Are we putting them at every corner? We ain't wasting money, no go to hotel. Listen, there's some elements in here of like a financial instability and insecurity through Dean and questioning why he even bought the house due to these issues. They try to go that route, but at the same time, it's just like, yo, this really could have been solved with cameras and guns. The Watcher disappoints in almost every single level. And it almost gives a solid conclusion at the end where the private detective admits she was the one trying to scare off the family. But then it gets butchered because that's not true. She made up that lie in order to comfort the family because Dean was turned into a madman. Man, this review, messy, and that's how the show is. Messy. We're done talking about it. If you guys are interested in watching The Watcher, don't waste your time with it. Genuinely, don't waste your time. The only good thing about it is nothing. Nothing's great about it. Nothing, man. So